Hey, everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all know it is Friday, 7 p.m., and y'all know what time that is. It is time for Inspired Talk. I am your host, your girl, your good girlfriend, your sister, Shonda or Alicia, and we are here for some good conversation. So, today, I'm excited about today. Y'all know I've been anticipating this day because I am so excited and I am so proud of my ace boom coon, my sister. She coming on the show today, and she's not coming on the show as her regular self, Shelle LJ. She is coming on the show as a newly published author, Shelle LJ, and I'm so excited for her. So I'm about to bring her up, Miss Shelle LJ.
Hey y'all, how's your mama now?
Y'all know I love it when she do that. How's your mom? That's that Louisiana swang,
That's
y'all.
in Louisiana. Yes, it is.
You know what, Shelle? It's been a long time since we've been on a show like this together. How you
It
feel,
has.
girl?
I've been pretty good. Life
Mhm.
is life in it.
Yeah.
Life don't stop life in it, and life is life in it. So
Hmm.
I feel like I don't know who I told. I might have told you or somebody that I
Hmm.
feel like I am on a wave of a boogie board.
Okay.
That me and God are riding he's the wave
Hmm.
and I'm riding his wave on this boogie board, and I am just going the way that his waves are going. I'm just taking it all in and riding the waves of life, riding the waves of love. I'm riding the
Hmm.
waves of patience, riding the waves of endurance, riding the waves of suffering and praying, and just riding the waves of life, because life be life in it. It don't stop life in it for nobody.
I know that's right. So you know how this go. So you said you be lifing it. So you know how this go. You know you're not Shelle LJ, my good girlfriend, my co-host today. You are Shelle LJ, the author, and I am so proud of you. You done did it, and it is. I know how long it took you to do this, and for you to have it published and it's out there. I mean, I'm so excited. So before we get into your book, you know how this go. For those that don't know who Miss Shelle LJ is, please let them know who you are.
Okay. Okay. I'm Shelly LJ. I am Shelly. Shelly LJ stands for, I'm gonna give you guys a fun fact.
Uh-oh,
It
she finna be all
stands
her
for
government. Uh-oh.
Shelly Louise, and then my last name starts with a J. So that is what Shelly LJ stands for.
Okay.
And that's why I use it. Louise is my grandmother's name, is my middle name, and my grandmother's name that recently just passed away is her name is Louise. Everybody used to call her Wheezy. And so I am I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter of a beautiful woman named Barbara. I have five amazing kids. I have four kids biologically, three kids uh, by marriage, and I am a minister. And I am recently have put on a new hat on top of all of that, an author. So I'm the host of the Way Christian Talk. That's where a lot of the social media sees me. I'm a host of the Way Christian Talk. I am on Shonda or Alicia's radio station, Inspiration 98.7, airtime.pro. Um, you guys need to come and listen when you can. And so, that's who I am in a nutshell. That's who I be. That's all of the little titles that are under my name.
No, she's forgot one. She's also an entrepreneur. I know y'all see it back there in the back, face to face. Tell them a little bit about that.
Face to Face is a faith leaped adventure. Um, I am a independent contractor. I've been an independent contractor for about 2 years, and I would work jobs as an independent contractor. And so, um, in working those two jobs, I was able to get steady income with as an independent contractor. And it wasn't my passion, it wasn't my dream, it was steady income. Y'all know how I be sometimes. Y'all know how I be. That steady income, that every, when that check is coming, that's when you have that steady income and you get really lax and really comfortable in
Mhm.
that groove. And in that groove, I had been praying for God to help me to start my my passion job. I worked with a company called From the Heart Enterprise Inc. for 20 years as an administrator. And as that administrator, I was able to do digital marketing, set up websites, do everything webs in hand and on digital marketing for the company. And so when the company closed, I found myself at a point in my life, 57 years old, and at a point in my life when I had to start all over again. And it was scary, it was nerve-wracking, it was to say the least, it was jolting.
Mhm.
And I I was serving two independent contractors at the same time. And so good income was coming in, and didn't want to take that leap because I didn't want to rock the boat with the income. Both contracts ended almost, I think it was a month apart that they ended. And I found myself not knowing what to do. And I took that leap. I took that leap of faith and I had part-time started face-to-face services. But because of the two contracts that I originally had, it was very hard to cut out that time to really dive in to the company. So I had a client here, a client there,
Mhm.
just kind of like spread out. But when I lost both of my contracts, I had to I dived in. I took that leap of faith and I dived in and I had put that faith on me and I started really promoting my business. And so it is going well. I do digital marketing. Uh, I uh, I do digital marketing for startup companies, for established companies. I do digital commercials, websites. I also do print marketing for flyers and create logos. So I'm a digital marketer, creator, and content creator,
Mhm.
and so that is what face to face is.
Okay, okay. So we going to get a little bit into Shelley before because we want to know your journey leading up to the book that you have out.
Mm.
So we heard you say you're a minister. How did that come about?
Whew. Okay, so I have been a believer. I got baptized in 1998.
Okay.
So I got baptized in 1998, and I was part of a really big church, and so in that I was able to lead women, lead a group of women,
Mhm.
and I loved it.
Okay.
I think that's when God gave me a taste of leadership. I wasn't a minister. I wasn't in clergy at all, and
Mhm.
God gave me a taste of leadership of how it felt to lead people and study the Bible with people and help them to understand what it meant to be a believer of Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
And in that, that craving never went away.
Mhm.
I found I met my first husband in that church, and that church was Atlanta Church of Christ.
Mhm.
Some people may know what that church is, but it was Church of Christ, but it wasn't the traditional Church of Christ. It was
Okay.
called Atlanta Church of Christ. It has a lot of different breaks off, and now it's called something different. They have different sectors, and each one is named differently, but it's a part of one whole church.
Okay.
And that's where I met my first husband. And in meeting my first husband, um, we met there and got married and had Mitchell and Mariah.
Mhm.
Um, and we grew apart.
Mhm.
Um, we grew in separate directions, and it was a mutual decision to get a divorce. And so once we got the divorce, we went our separate ways. And so in that, I had to find who I was,
Okay.
because at that point in time, people would come up to you or come up to me and say, "Hi, aren't you Mitchell's mom? Aren't you Mariah's mom? When I was married, aren't you AJ's wife?" And I was like, "I am." And I would have to correct people and say, "No, I'm Shelle." That
Right.
happens to be Mitchell's mom, that
Mhm.
happens to be Mariah's mom, that happens to be AJ's wife. I'm
Mhm.
Shelle.
Mhm.
And but when I got a divorce, I really didn't know who I was.
Mhm.
I had taken those hats and I had wore them proudly.
Yeah.
And I still wear many of those hats and I wear them proudly, but
Mhm.
I didn't know who I was.
Okay.
So in learning who I was, it took some time. I had when I was married, uh, I had a miscarriage,
Mhm.
and it really took me years.
Mhm.
It took me years to get over that miscarriage.
Mhm.
And so I was angry at God. Um,
Mhm.
after I had Mariah's my rainbow baby. She's my rainbow baby. She was my baby after my miscarriage.
Okay.
And so having her, and she was really, 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 really sick when she
Mhm.
was born. She had something called Billy Rubin,
Okay.
and that is a form of jaundice, but it's a really, really bad form. I had her, and instead of them bringing me to her, they took her away from me, and then came and told me that Mariah has a really bad form of jaundice that was found in her umbilical cord, that
Mhm.
her jaundice levels were really, really bad. And I couldn't hold her.
Mhm.
I couldn't I couldn't get that bond with her like I did with Mitchell. I wanted my baby.
Mhm.
After you have your baby, you want your baby skin to skin.
Yeah.
You want to smell your baby and you want your baby to smell you. And I
Mhm.
wasn't able to have that with her. And I was just angry. I was really, really angry at God. And I felt like at that point in my life, God had just, kind of said, "Forget you." And I said,
Mhm.
"Okay, well, forget you too."
Mhm.
And through that time, having marital problems, marital issues, a sick child,
Mhm.
she was so sick that they sent me home with nurses that came to my house daily and had
Mhm.
to prick the heel of her foot daily to
Mhm.
check her bilirubin levels, to
Mhm.
make sure that they were going down. And for a long time, they would just keep going up and keep going up.
Mhm.
And so after all of that, after God and me and God had to have a really deep conversation,
Yeah. Yeah.
a very deep conversation. Um, it's only been a few times in my life where I had to really fall to my face and say, okay. And I fell to my face and I said, okay, God, save my baby.
Mhm.
Because Billy Rubin can cause intellectual disabilities.
Mhm.
It can cause delayed cognitive skills
Mhm.
and death
Mhm.
if it gets bad.
Mhm.
And so I knew all of this, and it was really really challenging.
Mhm.
And after my divorce, some years, probably about 2 3 years after my divorce, I had in that time I stopped going to church,
Okay.
and my son started asking me, Mama, when we gonna go back to church?
Mhm.
Mama, why we don't go to church no more? And it was convicting.
Oh
What
wow.
I'm gonna tell what I'm gonna tell this 10-year-old, 11-year-old child why we don't go back to church no more? Because
Mhm.
I'm mad at God right now. I mean, that would have been the truth,
Yeah.
but what am I gonna tell them? And
Yeah.
so uh everybody knows that God has humor. Everybody knows that God has humor.
Mhm.
So I was in a relationship
Mhm.
with my current husband, but then we were just in a relationship. We weren't husband and wife. We were boyfriend
Mhm.
and girlfriend,
Mhm.
and we were living together.
Mhm.
And I didn't have tags on my car because my car would not pass admissions. My car would not pass admissions. So yes, I had to find me a mechanic that could fix this car, that it
Mhm.
would pass admissions. So I was in Lithonia at the time, downtown Lithonia, Georgia, and I got pulled over
Okay.
by a police officer.
Mhm.
And when I got pulled over by the police officer, uh, he gave me a ticket for
Mhm.
not having tags, but I had just gotten my tag. I had just gotten my admissions,
Right.
and I was on my way to go get my tags.
Mhm.
And I said, I got my admissions. He said, if I hadn't already clocked you, put you in, I could let you go with a warning, but I got to give you a ticket. So
Mhm.
going to get the ticket, um, I had to go to court,
Okay.
and I asked, I threw myself to the court, have mercy on me. Um, and I had to do community service.
Mhm.
And in doing community service at the company that I work for, we had a nonprofit organization with the company. And
Mhm.
I tried to say I did community service, and so when I went back to tell them I did community service, she said, "Girl, if you don't go and find community service on this list somewhere," she said, "I can arrest you right now." She said, "You have not completed community service. This is where you work." And I was like, "It's a different branch of where I work. It's not where I work. It's a different branch." She said, "Either find community service or I could put you in jail. I could arrest you right now." And I was like, "Oh, Lord." And so I found this church called Exousia Lighthouse International Christian Ministries
Okay.
that had community service. And so I went in for community service, and me and Roy were looking for different churches at this time. We were looking to see if what churches we were going to go to because the kids really wanted to go back to church, and he
Right.
wanted to go to church,
Right.
and he would tell me, baby, you just have to have faith. And I'm like, okay, you got enough faith for the both of us. You cool. We good. You got enough
Mhm.
faith for all of us. We good. And so, in visiting all these other churches, one church we went to, the minister had babies from Louisiana to Georgia. I was like, okay, no, no. Another church we went to, it was again, no.
Mhm.
And was I being critical? Yes. Was I finding something wrong with them? Yes. And
Mhm.
um, and so I went to Exousia Lighthouse Christian Ministries, and I went to go meet this incredible woman and named Veronica, Sister Veronica, Minister Veronica. And in talking to her, she was telling me, well, what can you do? I said, I have to come here for community service. She said, what can you do? I said, I can do websites. She said, okay, good. You can redo our website. I said, okay, cool. And so in talking, she started telling me about the church, started telling me about, and this guy walks in and he just starts talking. We just start having this regular old conversation, and he starts telling me about how he overcame drug addiction and how he found God in the crack house, and how he had came from a family of preachers, and but he had drug addiction. That's what he dealt with, that he was an addict, and he had to, that's where he found God. He says Moses came and got him, and it was a man called Moses. It was a man called Moses that actually came and got him.
Mm-hmm.
And between Moses and his wife, he was able to find God again,
Mm-hmm.
and he was able to then he started his church. And I was like, he started his church. And then Minister Veronica says, Bishop,
I love it. I love it.
Bishop. Because she was telling me, I can't wait till you meet Bishop. I can't, he's really cool, blah, 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 blah. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and so she says, Bishop, I need blah, blah, blah. He goes, huh? And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And that day I went home and I told Roy, I found a church.
Mm-hmm.
I found a church. If this man can be that transparent with me about his struggles, but about
Mm-hmm.
his comeback from with his relationship with God, I can follow somebody that knows how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started going to church. And once we started going to church, I fell in love with the church. I fell in love with Exousia. I remember there was this woman, and her name is Mother Dolly.
Oh, love Mother
Mother Dolly. Mother Dolly was Mother Dolly.
Dolly.
Uh, Mother Dolly would hug you, and like a grandmother would hug you. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it was everything that I did not know I needed.
Mm-hmm.
It was everything that I did not know I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And Bishop helped me to rekindle my relationship with God. The
Yes. Okay.
church helped me to rekindle my relationship with God. And he said, I want you to start coming to MIT,
Mm-hmm.
minister in training. And
Mm-hmm.
in going to MIT and really learning, and I just fell in love. So I dived in. But I had a couple of times before I really dived in, I paused
Mm-hmm.
and I said, God, I can't go through this again with you.
Mm-hmm.
I served you for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
I had a miscarriage. I got a divorce. I'm a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
I did all the things that I was supposed to do, and I still end up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I served you, and I'm angry at you. And I
Mm-hmm.
felt like that you just dropped me and left me,
Mm-hmm.
that you just left me in the desert all by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so what I heard, like I hear your voice, what I heard is that that wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what was me. When you left me and lost your mind and started dating all these other Negroes,
Mm.
not one of them touched your children. When you had a job, but you was spending money where you didn't need to spend it, and you was trying to steal from Peter to pay Paul, I kept a roof over your head.
Come on now. Mm.
When you walked away from me,
Mm-hmm.
I saved you from your own stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that happened
Mm-hmm.
was not me.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to, and again, me and God had a serious conversation. I had to realize that the things that were going on and the things that were happening
Mm-hmm.
were circumstances in my situation.
Okay.
That, maybe it was a blessing
Mhm.
of a miscarriage. Maybe my body, something was not either correct with my body or
Mhm.
something was not right. But I knew that in that miscarriage that God had my baby.
Yeah.
Um, in the divorce, maybe we were only together to have the beautiful two kids that we have.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, maybe in the when I bumped my head, you know, trying to date and trying to find all of this and, you know, thought it was in a man and, you know, I had to find my happiness in a man and because I didn't know how to live alone. I didn't know how to be single. I had been married for 10 years. And
Mhm.
so I didn't know how to be single and, but God protected me.
Mhm.
So when I started in the MIT training, I took it seriously.
Yeah.
I took it seriously. And in taking it seriously, I had to do a lot of studying. I had to do a lot of reflection. I had to do a lot of things that you have to do to become a minister.
Mhm.
And in uh, 2021, and in oh shoot, it don't have the date on it. Well, I got my ministry license. I
It
don't
was
look down
20.
and
I
see
think
it.
it was 22. It was
I think it
22.
was 22 because my dad passed away in 2021
Yeah.
and he wasn't able to see me become a minister. But my mom was, but he was really proud of me. You know, he was like, I got a
Mhm.
kid that's a preacher. And so in that walk, you know, becoming a minister, I'm still learning,
Mhm.
you know, I'm still learning. God is still taking me through some classes and, you know, I feel like I'm still in, you know, night school where it comes to where it comes to being a minister. But, you know, God ain't done with none of us yet, but you know, he's not done with me yet. And he's still teaching me and training me. And it's one thing to study
Mhm.
to become a minister.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother thing to walk
In that faith. Yeah.
in that space. It's a whole nother thing to walk to your mantle and
Mhm.
stand in your mantle and take up that space. And I
Mhm.
had to get out of my own head. And I'm still getting out of my own head. Um, I'm still, you know, fighting the stinking thinking
Mhm.
of maybe I'm not enough. Who am I to call myself a minister?
Mhm.
You know, who am I to bring the word? Look at all the situations that I'm going through. But
Mhm.
something that I learned this year kind of shifted.
Mhm.
And it was just a passing conversation. I was in a Bible study. I was online in a Bible study.
Mhm.
And the sister said, y'all are praying for wisdom. But don't you understand that wisdom comes from your situations and circumstances?
Mhm.
You praying for wisdom, but you got wisdom.
Mhm.
That's something that you have to realize. And I said, God, I got me a lot of wisdom. I got a lot of wisdom going on. And I was like, you know what? She's so right. Because my prayer is always, God, you know, give me wisdom and understanding. And so I think I'm learning that wisdom and understanding comes through life circumstances and situations, which
Mhm.
has given me a different perspective
Mhm.
of what I'm going through.
Mhm.
It's giving me a different perspective of what my walk is and how to walk this walk.
Mhm.
And that my becoming a minister just gave me a piece of paper.
Mhm.
I've always been a minister. I
Mhm.
believe every believer is a minister.
Yeah.
The piece of paper is for other people to feel okay about what I'm saying,
Mhm.
to feel okay that gives me a validation to say what I'm saying for other people. But I
Yeah.
believe that every believer is a minister in one form, one way or another. And
Mhm.
so you know, I'm still learning. I'm still walking. Sometimes I feel like, I realize that my 24th spiritual birthday will be July 21st.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, wow. I've been in this game for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that was my journey on being a minister. It was something that I've always wanted to be. It was a fire, and it's still a fire inside of me to see God's gospel
Yeah.
to be preached to the masses, to share his love
Mm-hmm.
and his mercy and his grace
Mm-hmm.
with as many people as possible. And so that is my mission. And that is the over here, that is the Way Christian Talk Show that I do, that I use to show people in their lives how other people are believers and
Mm-hmm.
business owners and authors and singers and musicians and uh, preachers, pastors, bishops,
Mm-hmm.
but in their everyday walking lives. So this is my company,
Mm-hmm.
and that is my show. Now
Mm-hmm.
I have to, and this is my that's my favorite. That was my favorite show. And so that was Tell Me How You Really Feel with Shonda Alicia,
Yes.
Sharita G, Lynette,
Yeah.
Tammy T. And so that was Tell Me How You Really Feel. And so that these are some of the accomplishments that I've made, and it took me a lot to put that behind me. It took me a lot to show my accomplishments and not feel like, not feel afraid that somebody's going to come and try to tear them down.
Mm-hmm.
That, people going to talk bad about you. People going to always have something to say. You always going to have haters. If you ain't got haters, you ain't doing something right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just, this year it's been trying.
Mm-hmm.
It's been trying ever since my father passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've been trying to get my grip ever
Mm-hmm.
since my dad passed away. And I feel like I'm just now getting my my grip. I'm able to hold on. I haven't pulled myself up yet, but when the heart and the strength
Mm-hmm.
of the family passes away,
Yeah.
it's challenging.
Yeah.
He was daddy, and it
Yeah.
was challenging, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I am walking with faith and not
Mm-hmm.
by sight.
Mm-hmm.
I am relying on God and his
Mm-hmm.
will.
Mm-hmm.
I am trusting that
Mm-hmm.
he knows better than I do. And this is a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey. Like people say, you running a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. So, question. Okay, so we know that you are everyone's favorite host and radio personality.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
How has being a radio personality been to you?
I still don't feel like I'm a radio personality.
Why?
It's been fun because it's so much fun. It doesn't, it's been a great time, and I wouldn't have had it if it weren't for you, because I didn't even see myself as a
Mhm,
radio personality, but it's been fun. I love it.
mhm,
It's my therapy. It's my safe space.
mhm.
It's fun. I'm just glad that I'm able to do what I do, and I'm glad that people enjoy it and like it, and find some type of they get something. I'm hoping that they get something from it.
Yeah.
It was a trip when I went to, my grandmother just recently passed away a few months ago.
Mhm.
And she lived a really, really long life and really good
Mhm.
life. She was in her 90s.
Mhm.
Um, and, she went home. And
Okay.
so we went to my family and us went to California for her funeral.
Mhm.
Me, my mom, my brother, and my daughter. My husband and my son couldn't go.
Okay.
And so we went to California, and my uncles, my mother's brothers,
Mhm.
Shelley, when you gonna bring back your show? I used to watch it all the time. And I was like, really? Yeah. When you gonna bring it back? You used to have a lot of good words to say and things like that. I used to watch you when you did Bible studies and when you had people on your show, and I really liked it. When you gonna bring it back? It really helped me in a lot of different ways. For real?
Mhm.
And so I was blown away. I was encouraged. Everybody wants to touch their family.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to impact their family in some type of way. Everybody wants to hear from their family and
Mhm.
get a pat on their back from their family.
Yeah.
And so I was really encouraged, but I am loving, I'm loving it. If I could do this as a full-time job and get full-time pay, man, man, that would be that girl. That would be awesome. That
Yeah.
would be awesome. So I mean, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So let's get into this book. I
Okay.
am going to bring it up. So, my superstar girl, unlocking confidence and building self esteem in your teenager. My superstar girl is the ebook. So, she has the ebook. So, let's get into it.
Okay.
Tell us about your journey in creating this book and what was your motivation?
Well, the motivation was my daughter. Excuse me. The motivation behind it was my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I have several different books
Mm-hmm.
that I've started,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and they're not finished.
Okay.
Um, and so I had, you know, publishing your own book is difficult, but it's not as difficult as people say, especially today.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my other books that I do plan to finish and I do plan to publish,
Mm-hmm.
when I started my other books, it was at a time where a lot of people were self-publishing,
Mm-hmm.
but I really did not hear about ebooks
Mm-hmm.
and really didn't know what ebooks were. And this is the killer dealer. I
Mm-hmm.
was reading ebooks and didn't know it. I was reading because I would always go on Kindle
Mm-hmm.
and read books on my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't know that that was an ebook.
Oh, wow.
And so in learning about publishing books, I learned about ebooks.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned about how to create an ebook, how to publish an ebook, how to go about in creating an ebook. And so it's a lot easier to create an ebook than it is to create a full book.
Mm-hmm.
A ebook is a little bit smaller than a regular book.
Okay.
um, you don't have to have any inventory, and people can purchase an ebook from you without you having any inventory.
Mm-hmm.
You can, so when I saw that, I said, I really want to write an ebook.
Mm-hmm.
And but I and I went back to the books that I had already started,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't feeling them.
Right.
And so I started writing this book, and I didn't get the name of it until I wrote the introduction.
Mm.
When I wrote the introduction to this book, I said, there's the name.
Mhm.
But I had went through a time with Mariah. Mariah's my 14-year-old now, and I went through a time with Mariah when she was younger that she started getting bullied in like the fourth grade.
Mhm.
And not just regular bullying. This little girl went for her juggler. She
Mm.
came home one day and tried to shave her skin. Now, this was from another black girl. It wasn't from a different race. It was the same race bullying. And so she comes home and shaves her skin. And I said, what are you doing? And she said, my skin was too dark. I said, who said your skin was too dark? And she named her name. And I was like, what? And that's when I realized how much Mariah was getting bullied.
Mhm.
And I went and asked for so that was one. The other situation was is that her teacher called me in and said that the little girl had wrote a letter about Mariah and passed it through her class. And and it devastated Mariah because
Mhm.
Mariah is has the sweetest heart.
Yeah.
She's really, really kind. And all she wanted, she would come home. She said, I just want to be her friend. I just want to have friends.
Mhm.
And, the mama bear came out in me. And yeah, for the first time, I wanted to go kick a little fifth grader's butt. I want to put my hands on that child. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? What? What?
Right. Mm.
And so but as she's gotten older, I really saw her growth going to high school. And I said, and I was nervous. And I was like, what if this little girl's in her high school? She went from one school to another school and she was there. I was just like, we can't get away from this little child,
Mhm.
you know, this little child that God has created that Satan is using against my child. She
Mhm.
can't get away from her. And so the thing that happened is that when she did that, I said, okay, it's time for me to meet her
Right.
and for me to meet her parents. And the school said no. The school wouldn't allow me to meet with the girl's parents. I wanted to have a meeting with her parents,
Mhm.
me, Mariah, and her dad.
Mhm.
I wanted us to get together and squash this. But because I did not know if her parents were aware that, hey, Bishop, I was just talking about you. I didn't know if her parents were aware that their child was bullying my child.
Mhm.
And so when they said no, you can't. So I said, okay, all right. I am going to help Mariah. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna go tell her to beat her up because everything in me, everything I'm when I tell y'all the old Shelley, the Louisiana Shelley came out and I wanted to
I can
tell
imagine. I can
Mariah what
imagine.
to do to hurt this little girl real bad. And I said, no,
Mhm.
no, no. And here I am trying to be righteous about it. With two wrongs, don't make a right, Mariah. You know, God says that, we gotta pray about it. But I wanted to tell Mariah, look, hold him up in the sticker. But I could
Mhm.
but I didn't. But what I did do is that I started encouraging Mariah. I started
Mhm.
building up her self-confidence. I
Mhm.
started building up her self-esteem. And I have created a little monster. And like I said in the book, that I was going to make Mariah my superstar girl, that
Yeah.
she was going to be able to break any, that she was going to be able to break the walls of self-doubt,
Mm-hmm.
that she was going to be able to stand on her convictions, that she was going to climb any friendship building, knock down any walls, and that I was going to build her up to where she just could stand there with her Supergirl pose
Mm-hmm.
and just know what to do. And
Mm-hmm.
so when it was time for high school, I got a little nervous, and I said, Mariah, are you ready for high school? She said, Mama, I am. I said, are you nervous? She said, I'm a little nervous because it's high school, but I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good in who I am, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing, her self-confidence is really good. She's joined some clubs, and you know, um, and I have to help her sometimes to, to let her know that uh, it's a difference between self-confidence and being conceited.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a difference between self-confidence and
Yeah.
being mean. I don't want you to become, now your self-confidence is up to become a bully because you have self-confidence now. No. So, she's a lot like me where, she goes for the underdogs. She wants to be friends with other people that don't have friends. And so, um, I build her up. And so that's where the book came from,
Mm-hmm.
building self-confidence in your teen. And it's for any age.
Mm-hmm.
The younger you start doing this, the better. It's for any age, for male or female. It's just really, I know boys are a little bit different. You know, um Mitchell really didn't have lack of self-confidence, but Mariah did. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's where the book came from.
You know what? I'm so proud of you because we have talked about some things that Mariah was going through in
Mhm.
school.
Mhm.
When the one instance when you called me and you said the little gay girl is trying to talk to Mariah.
And that is I didn't understand. When we were in school,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't out there like that.
It wasn't at all. It
It
wasn't.
wasn't, people weren't proud of, they
They were
call it
they
queer,
were
but they
who
weren't.
they were who they were, but they didn't put it in our
No,
face
no,
like
they
they
didn't put
put
it
it
in your
in your head.
face.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this started in elementary where they're telling the kids to be who you are, love who you love. And so I had to learn that. I told Mariah, I said, because she asked me, and I was like, it was a different, I had never dealt with this before.
Mm-hmm.
And, and so it went from, what do I do? And so Mariah said, well, Mommy, do I be friends with her? Do
Mm-hmm.
I still like her?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to like her? And I was put in that situation. I said, so I had to do that. What would Jesus do?
Yeah.
That was the only way I could get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, look, Mariah, Jesus loves her. And Jesus died on the cross for her, just like he died on the cross for everybody else.
Yeah.
A sin is a sin is a sin. There's not one higher than the other. There's not one lower than the other. A sin is a sin is
Mm-hmm.
a sin.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't think at 11, because I told okay, y'all. I told Mariah that this child is 11 years old. She
Mm-hmm.
probably never even seen what her JJ even looked like. How she gonna know that
Right.
she likes girls?
Exactly. She did.
And she was like, Mommy, you can't say that. Mommy. And so I said, you guys are at an age that you don't even know who you are. You're
Mm-hmm.
11. Well, mom, and so, well, mom, that's who she is. And I said, you know what? She said, well, should I still be her friend? I said, yeah, still be her friend.
Mhm.
And in that, um, she's learning. And I said, but you have your convictions.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
have to stand on your convictions, no matter
Mhm.
who anybody is, no matter
Mhm.
what anybody wants, no
Mhm.
matter what anybody says who they are. Because she told me who her friend was, and she said, mom, she goes by the pronouns. And I said, what is her government name? What her mama call her? That's what I want to know. I got to call her mother. I'm not going to say she, he, she, they, them.
Mhm.
I respect it.
Mhm.
But if I'm talking to another child's parent, until
Mhm.
that child says, my daughter goes by this, you can call her this. No,
Mhm.
what did her mama name her?
Right.
And so, that's the only way I can deal. That's the only way I can deal with it, because it's prevalent. It's everywhere.
Mhm.
It is something. We had a conversation about that today. It's everywhere. And as a teen, and I feel sorry for a lot of teens that are going through that are going through a very confusing time,
Mhm.
that they feel like they have to choose
Mhm.
now.
Right.
They have to make a decision who they like now. You don't
Mhm.
even know you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
your cycle ain't even started. You got, I mean, the, your hormones hadn't even kicked in.
Yeah.
You You know, that's
Yeah.
a whole nother beast. You don't even understand who you are as a person, but you want to put a title on
Yeah.
who you like.
Yeah.
So,
I see. So looking at the book, you literally have like let me see. I'm looking at the book. You have, what is that? I want to say you have 9 chapters.
hmm
And in those 9 chapters, the first chapter, I'm just gonna go through the chapter with y'all because y'all gotta go get y'all own book in order to understand what she talking about. This book will save your life, especially with your teenagers. So in this book, the first chapter is understanding the teenager landscape.
hmm
What do you mean by the landscape?
That is understanding your teenager's landscape is just understanding their foundation.
Okay.
Understanding their foundation and understanding that
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to understand that as well. They're trying to get their footing as well, and that they have so many things that is challenging to them.
Mm-hmm.
As a 13, 14-year old, your body's changing, your hormones
Mm-hmm.
are changing. For
Mm-hmm.
boys, they're getting
Yeah.
facial hair.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting hair everywhere else.
Yeah.
They're feeling things that they never felt before,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know what to do with it.
Okay.
So understanding that foundation of who they are
Mm-hmm.
and what kind of things they're into.
Mm-hmm.
Teenagers they have so much at their fingertips: YouTube, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah.
and they have a lot of other social media platforms that are out there that people
Mm-hmm.
really don't really know anything about. So their um understanding
Landscape.
their landscape,
Mm-hmm.
is a critical time, because they're going through so many different things that, as a mom and as a dad, we want to keep our babies
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
But if we can't keep them safe every minute of every day.
Yeah.
But what I can do is make sure you understand what's going on. Teach
Okay.
you and train you and understand what's going on.
Okay. And then you have the second chapter. It's a building a foundation of self-esteem. Tell us a little bit about that.
So building a foundation of self-esteem is The positive encouragement is a pivotal, and that's what I write in the book, is pivotal to shaping their self-esteem.
Mhm.
um Mariah's shaving her skin because she thinks she's too dark.
Mhm.
I had to tell her, baby, do you think mommy's ugly?
Mhm.
No. Do you think mommy's dark? No.
Mhm.
Do you like mommy's skin? Yes.
Mhm.
Mommy's the same color as you are.
Mhm.
Mommy has the same skin that you do. You
Mhm.
are beautiful.
Yeah.
I had to start telling her and installing who she is.
Mhm.
And so building that foundation and building that landscape is forming their world so they can see who they are
Mhm.
within that world, because they don't know.
Mhm.
All they're seeing is what's on social media. All they're seeing what's on all of these different forms of platforms,
Mhm.
and it's not real.
Mhm.
It's not real.
Mhm.
Social media is social media. A lot of the people that are on there, especially the teenagers, are getting on there and telling a story that is puffed up
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
But other teenagers are doing drugs because they have this new drug that's now on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. They have this new clothes that's on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. So you have to help them to build that foundation of self-esteem and knowing who they are.
Yeah. Shelly, look, y'all. I ain't gonna give y'all all the good stuff about this book, but y'all need to go get. I got my copy, and guess what? I'm gonna get it signed because I know it's gonna be big one day. I'm gonna get it signed. But y'all need to go and get this book. If you have a teenager and you're not understanding what they're going through, just looking at this book that Shelley has published, it will pretty much give you the steps by step of what an actual, like you said, 11-year-old could be going through up until their ages coming out. She has in here um supporting creative outlets, art and music and hobbies. She has in here mental, what is it, discussing relationships and dating. What parent does that for their kids? I mean,
I'm
you got.
discussing that right now with Mariah at 13.
Mm,
I'm discussing that right now.
but you know what? Some parents are scared to have that conversation.
No,
Let me
you
tell you.
can't.
Let me tell you something about my kids. They would tell you, Mama has the open door policy. My bedroom door. Well, before I got married, my bedroom door. I slept with my bedroom door open. I slept with during the day my door would be open. Um, Even if I had to change clothes, I would literally go to the bathroom, change my clothes, and come back to my room because it was the open door policy, which
Hmm.
means my door is always open. It was a symbolized my door is always open. When I tell you, it takes a time for the kid to actually build up that relationship to be open with their parent.
Hmm.
You say you want your kid. Let me explain something to y'all, America. You say you want your kids to be open and honest with you,
Hmm.
but you have to be prepared
Hmm.
and mentally ready for your kids to be open and honest with you. Because when I tell you, when my kids was growing up and when they start having relations,
Hmm.
my kids went into details.
Mm. Mm.
So when you say you want your kids to be open and honest, you have to be prepared about what's going to come out of your mouth and out of their mouth. And you have to approach it in a delicate, you can't get mad. You can't get upset. You have to be able to approach that situation like, okay, did you protect yourself? Did you do this? Did you do that? But my son has some funny stories. I can't say it on online, but I can tell y'all some stories my son has told me. But if you can have that open line of communication in this book that Shelley has created for everyone, it pretty much is the door opening of that open line of communication. And once again, Shelley, I am so proud of you for creating this book. A lot of people need this book. Tell us, Shelley, where they can go and get the book from.
Before I do that, I also want to tell parents I am encouraging Mariah to meditate.
Okay.
I meditate and I have a 5 minute guided meditation
Mm,
that's attached to the ebook.
that's
So
amazing.
they're able
I did see that.
they're able to use it themselves, but
Mhm,
also have their kids. So it's a 5 minute positive affirmations
mhm.
that builds up their confidence and builds up their self esteem.
Now, did
It
you create that yourself? That's
I
your
did.
own, correct?
I
Okay.
did. And it is something that, all of us need to build up our confidence and our self-esteem at one point. But
Mhm,
the other thing I wanted to say before I tell every parent, this is what I think about because this is what my daddy used to tell me. I would rather you find out from me than you go in
mhm,
the world and
mhm,
find out from someone that does not have a clue
mhm,
and that is guessing at the same time you're guessing and that doesn't have a clue. So that helps me to have those hard conversations. That
mhm,
helps me to sit there and listen
mhm.
because they're a 14-year-old mind. My 14-year-old daughter's mind is very different than my 50-something-year-old mind.
Mhm.
And my patience is a lot shorter than a 14-year-old. Oh, like she has
Yeah.
no patience.
Yeah.
She ever wants everything like this. But you can get the book. You can go to my author's name is Shelle Louise. And I did that in honor of my grandmother. Like I said, my grandmother's name is Louise. My middle name is Louise. So you can go to Shelle, SHELLELEELOUISE and you
Mhm.
can purchase the book. And it does have a 5 minute guided meditation for teens. And I encourage every parent, every mom, every grandmother, every dad,
Mhm.
and it is geared towards girls. Let
Okay.
me put that out there. It is geared towards girls, but it does talk about building their self confidence, helping them to figure out relationships, um, what to do in situations,
Mhm.
how to work through the awkwardness of that silence that is usually with a lot of teenagers,
Mhm.
and how to put them first and you pull back so
Mhm.
they can move forward in them.
Mhm.
And the biggest key is to understanding that your child
Mhm.
is a different, totally different character,
Mhm.
totally different personality.
Mhm.
They all think that everything is new, that mama and daddy didn't have any experiences in life. We were born out as mama and daddy.
Yeah.
My kids, when they were little, they used to ask me, Mama, did you have a black and white TV? What was color TVs out when you were born? I ain't that old. And so, they're just different. And the things that they deal with are different. I encourage every parent, every aunt, every mom, every dad to go through it and to start as early as possible. It says 14s, but
Mhm.
you can start as early as if they can sit and understand. You just have to make it understandable to that child's age and that child's understanding. Every child is different. Every child understands differently. But I'm still working on her.
Mhm.
Now we're dealing with boys and we just had a conversation that this little boy likes her.
Wow.
And she says, "Well, mama, I don't like him." I said, "Don't string him along.
Yeah.
If you don't like him, then you got to tell him, but do not string him along.
Okay.
Don't let him think, and she didn't understand, but I had to go in and tell her and, because she likes the attention.
Mm-hmm.
You
Wow.
like the attention, but you're stringing him along. So how do you think he's gonna feel when he says, "Will you be my girlfriend?" and you say no?
That's a good one.
Because you never liked him in the first place.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So, we have to have these conversations. It's not for right now,
Yeah.
because one day she's going to be a woman. And I
Mm.
don't want her to string along the wrong man that can't take rejection because he was never taught. And when
Yeah.
she does say no, he wants to put his hands on her,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. So, it was created out of love.
Mm-hmm.
And it was created out of the hope that somebody can get something out of it. So you can go to Shelle, Shelle, Louise, Louise.store, and that is my Shopify store. You're able to go on there and you can download it on on your ebook, or you can download it on PDF if you don't have an ebook platform.
You said Shelley Louise. What is that?
Dot store.
Okay.
And so you can go and download it. And I hope everybody enjoys it and likes it, and really gets something from it. If you have a niece that is a that's young, or that's a teenager, it really, really does take a village. Shauna can tell you. I didn't call her many times, but girl, my mind is blown. I don't know what to do. You got to help me. You got to help me kind of figure this out. Let me just talk it through, because this is what my daughter
Mm-hmm.
said. This is what my son said. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. But
Mm-hmm.
when you get it, and then you go to them and talk to them, because all they are little humans, little adults,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, um, tell us what you have coming up, Shelly, and if they need to reach you for anything, where can they find you?
well, if you need to reach me, you can always email me at Shelle, Shellee, LJ 1120 at gmail.com. You can always reach me there. I do have my show coming up on Tuesday. My show is now going to be showing on Tuesdays instead of Thursdays at 7 p.m. So my next show is going to be coming up. I have that. I am working on another book. Um, this more of the spiritual side of building confidence and building spiritualness within your kids and your teens.
Mm-hmm.
I am the youth minister for my
Okay.
church. So we're going to be planning some events. I think our next big event is a trunk or treat, or trick or trunk.
It's trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat is going to be a trunk or treat for the kids. And
Mm-hmm.
so the new church that, because Exousia Lighthouse Christian Ministry has closed. I know I talked about them so well. Y'all probably saying, "Where the church at?" The doors of it has closed. The church that I'm going to was the pastor from Exousia, Pastor Michael Mentor, and it is called uh,
Morning Star Giver.
Morning Star. I don't know why I had Morning Star Givers, Morning Star Givers Ministry, and so we are going to be moving into our new location in November. That's in Lithonia. So when we have our new location, y'all know I'm gonna tell y'all about it, because y'all know I like to share my faith and like people to come to church with me. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
and bring your babies with you. They be in good hands.
Yes.
And so I have a lot of plans for our kids and our youth, and just to make them, they're just little believers.
Mm-hmm.
They're just younger form of believers, and I can't wait to see, how everything goes. So I think that's it. And if you guys need services, digital,
Mm-hmm.
any kind of digital marketing, any kind of website build, commercials, uh, I call them infomercials. That's what they used to be called, infomercials. But but it's digital marketing videos now. So
Mm-hmm.
I do all of that. You still can reach me at the same email, Shelle LJ 1120, and So that's what's coming up.
Also, Shelley will be with us this Sunday.
On Sunday, I have, yes, I'm going to be hosting Evolution of Gospel. They're going to have live performances. They're going to have, we're going to do interviews of all the performers and the singers. It is going to be so much fun. I get to go and do my thing and just host. So I'm so y'all join us this Sunday on YouTube, right here where you're at, on YouTube and Facebook, right here,
Mhm.
right here, and join us back on the 29th, on Sunday the 29th. It starts at 4 p.m. to 7:30. We're gonna have some amazing,
Yeah,
amazing guests. Y'all gonna have to join in to see it. So they're gonna
yeah,
have some live performances. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I get to do my thing. I get to do my virtual red carpet. What? Woo, 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 woo. So, it's gonna be fantabulous.
it
So
is. It
y'all
is.
come on out.
We're gonna have an amazing time. I want to thank Miss Camille from Game Changer. She is our partner with Inspiration 98.7. She actually thought of the event, so shout out to Miss Camille Thomas Alexander. She thought about it with Game Changers. The performances, we're going to have Joshua Robinson, we're going to have Pastor Casey Edwards, Miss Veronica Petrucci. You may know her. She's a Dove Award winner. Her and her husband, Mr. Angelo. We're going to have Mr. Ephraim King, Anthony Ponder. We're going to have Solomon D. Boozman and William Ali Robinson. So it starts at 4 p.m. from 7:30. Y'all, we may have like a pre-show thing going on at 3:30. We may give Miss Shelley and Jay some time to get to know y'all, have conversation with y'all. She might play some music because we are in the month of Gospel Heritage Month.
Okay.
So this give Miss Shelley LJ, you might see a little bit 30 minutes early before the show gets started. She may want to say some things to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Before the show gets started. She may want y'all to hear some, some gospel history before the show
Right.
starts.
And some
You
of
know,
my gospel favorites.
yeah, so you guys stay tuned. They say the show started at 4. The show started at 4 p.m. But as I stated, we gonna do like how the award shows do it. They have like the pre-show, before the show. So y'all tune in early at like 3:30. I am going. The flyer will go up for the show, so you guys can tune in. So make sure you guys tune in this Sunday, as I stated, 3:30. The pre-show will be happening. So I'm kind of excited. What you
I'm
say?
excited too. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't done the red carpet in so long, and it is my absolute favorite to do because I get to let down my hair. I get
Mhm.
to uh, have fun
Yeah,
with everybody. And so
yeah,
it is my absolute favorite. So y'all come out and join us and help me to make this exciting. Because without you,
yeah.
it,
There's no
it
way.
really ain't it really ain't much without you. Tell your
Yeah.
mama and them to come.
Yeah. So really appreciate you guys tuning in to Inspire Talk. You guys heard Shelley will be moving her show to Tuesdays. Is it in October this Tuesday coming up will be your first show?
Isn't this Tuesday, October the 1st?
No, so you're moving October the 1st. Look, I gotta go to the
No,
calendar.
it's gonna be October the 3rd.
It's no
No,
Tuesday, October the
no,
1st.
yeah, Tuesday, October the 1st. That's gonna be my first show. And
Mm-hmm.
so I am getting back to my love
Mm-hmm.
of bringing a word. So I'm going to be restructuring it a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be some shows you're going to hear a word, some shows I'm going to be interviewing, some shows
Mm-hmm.
uh I may every show is just going to be different.
Yeah.
And what I'm really trying to do is just really honor God. The bottom line is honor God. The bottom line is spreading the gospel. That
Mhm.
is really the bottom line of really it all when it comes to the way Christian talk.
Yeah.
That is my bottom line, and having fun.
Yeah.
Having fun. So
You
some
know, some people think because your faith is strong that you can't have fun. Let me explain. Let me explain something. Let me
explain it, girl. Explain it.
I own Inspiration 98.7. And a lot of people, when they hear the word inspiration, they immediately go to gospel.
Mhm.
I love the Lord and he heard my cry.
Mhm.
This is God's baby. You know, it's my baby, but this is God. I couldn't do any of this without him. And we all know that God loves music. If he didn't love music, the people that he blessed with the talent that they have, they wouldn't be able to do the music. So, yes, this is Inspiration 98.7. The meaning behind inspiration is because not only do you listen to gospel, there can be a R&B old school song that can touch you. I tell everybody there is a song for every situation, whether there be gospel, whether it be R&B, whether it be slow jams, there is a song for every situation. And that is what Inspiration 98.7 is about. I promise you, I play old school. I don't play a lot of the new school because they've been a little raunchy for me, but you will catch me playing some 70s, 80s, and 90s,
Come
some
on
of the
now.
thousands. You know what I'm saying? So I do that, and I also incorporate it with the gospel. I do it with
Mhm.
the new school gospel. I do it with the old school gospel. I incorporate everything. So this show, this station, this network, this beautiful platform is for everybody to be inspired, uplifted, and motivated. So just because you see inspiration, don't think it's all gospel because a lot of people veer away from it. This station is actually to inspire you, your
Mhm.
minds, inspire people. So
Mhm.
that is what it's about. So I ain't gonna preach no more. Let me get off my soapbox real quick.
And you're so right. You're so right. I just want to say hi to Leroy, Sean. Thank you guys for coming in. I did Big C's Beats video,
Mhm.
and it came out really, really, really good. I did his video. It's
Mhm.
going to be dropping really soon. I think he's supposed to be on your show pretty soon, right?
Yes, he is coming up on my show. I forgot when it's coming. I think it's Leroy, remind me because I sure didn't
I
put it on
think
the calendar.
I think you said the 13th.
Is it the 13th?
It's a Friday, right? Yeah.
Mm,
No, no, no. The fourth or it's on one of these Fridays, y'all. Y'all just have to continue to stay
y'all know
tuned
I
so
have
you
it
won't
out. I
miss
will I
Big
will
C's
have
Beat.
it out, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, I said so much. Okay, so I think it's actually this Friday coming up, the
And
4th.
Camille, what's up, Camille? Camille's one of my new friends.
I love Miss Camille. Camille is, as I stated, that's Miss Camille. She is the owner of Game Changer, which Game Changer is a production company that promotes. She does PR. She does it all y'all have to do is just reach out to her. Y'all can find her on Facebook as Camille Thomas Alexander. Y'all can find her anything that says Game Changer Production, that will be her. So y'all go ahead. Y'all need somebody to represent y'all. That is the woman that you go to. She is the guru of what she do. So yeah, so before we get out of here, I want to say thank you so much, Shelle LJ. Y'all know Shelle LJ is my ace boom coon. She is my sister. She is my right hand, sometimes my left hand when I can't keep my head straight. But Shelle, I want to say I'm so proud of you, girl. I'm so proud. I tell you that every time you accomplish something, I let you know I am so proud of you. Uh, there is nothing too hard that you can do without God.
Mhm.
So I am
No,
so
you're right
proud.
about that.
Yeah.
You are right about that. But Shonda, I thank you. I thank you for giving me a platform
Mhm.
to uh share my heart. This
Mhm.
book came out of love.
Mhm.
This book came out of pain.
Mhm.
This book came out of watching my baby go
Mhm.
through stuff.
Mhm.
This book put me, the situations out of this book made me want to step off my soapbox and beat up another little kid. And I just want to thank you. I thank you for all your support. You support me all the time in everything I do. You definitely support me, and you my girl. You my girl. I will
Oh,
always have your back. I will always be there for you. You know. Am I doing it?
yeah.
Mariah's sitting right here watching
Oh,
me. I don't do that. The cameras just make you feel
yeah,
like
make you feel a little
special.
slow. I think that's it.
These cameras make you feel a little special. I love my special people, but I don't think I'm doing it right. But I love you, and I'm
Well, you
standing
can
right
always do it
here
like that.
so
There you
proud
go.
of you. We are a pack of women because it's a pack of us.
Mhm.
It's a handful of us,
Mhm.
and our circle is getting bigger and bigger.
Mhm.
And but within that handful of us, we are
Mhm.
go-getters.
Yeah.
But we push one another to the next level.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to you already author one book. I can't wait till that next book come out. I can't wait till you know and I'm serious. If anybody really wants to learn, people are out there. Let me just make this disclaimer for 1 second, Shonda. There's so many people that on Facebook that says, write an ebook. It is so easy. It doesn't take any time. You can make so much money from it.
Mhm.
Just pay for my course. There's one that says $27. Just pay $27 for my course,
Mhm.
but then you got to use everything out of them.
Mhm.
An ebook is not that simple.
Yeah.
Ebook is not hard, but you still have to get a copy written. You
Yeah.
still have to have your SBN number. You
Yeah.
still have to make sure that you are in control of your ebook. A
Yeah.
lot of people that have these platforms that they say, come on my platform, I will help you through your ebook. They're copywriting the book under them.
Mm.
Their SBN number is under them.
Mhm.
So when they sell it, they're saying, I'll give you 30% of the royalties from your
Mm.
sales. No,
Mm.
no.
Mhm.
So I went and I researched what it takes to create an ebook,
Yeah.
how to market an ebook.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not one of those rich stories that, oh, I'm making $100 a day. I think I sold three. But
Okay.
after this, I really hope that I want people that really want the information to
Yeah.
purchase. I
Yeah.
want to be supported. All of my friends and my family, I expect y'all to support me, even if you just put it on your shelf. Support a sister. Um, but for the moms out there and for the people that are having, or for the little girls that are going through it, and there's so many little girls that are going through self-esteem, and people are targeting these
Mhm.
kids that are walking down the street with their heads down and
Mhm.
that show lack of babies are getting taken
Mhm.
daily, hundreds, and
Mhm.
they go after children that
Mhm.
look downtrodden, hurt, lack of self-esteem, and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So, we have to do our part and make sure that our kids, that it comes from the inside out. And so I don't want to see no one's baby hurt. I don't want to see no one daughter not to go through what my daughter went through.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where the book came from. You know.
Mhm.
And if they don't know, well, how do you do it? Read read my book. And I have my superstar girl. I know superstar is one word, but I didn't want to put it in one word because she is my superstar girl. She is my star, my
Mhm.
superstar. And and I had to build confidence in her. And I'll have to build confidence in her until she gets of the age to where she knows how to do it. But she looks in the mirror and she says her positive affirmations. My
Yes.
first positive affirmation that she would say is, I am strong, I am pretty, I am smart, I am the child of God. That's what I had her say. I'm strong, I am pretty, I am smart, I am the child of God. Yes, you are, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has to be a start point. Don't let your baby suffer because you don't know where to start.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
don't let your baby suffer.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to just say thank you, and I am so proud of you. Once again, you guys can catch Shelly LJ here each and every Tuesday, starting on the first. She
Hmm.
will be on Inspiration 98.7 radio. Also, she'll be on I think the Way Christian Talk as well as Inspiration 98.7 YouTube.
Hmm.
She will be on there each and every Tuesday, or is it every other Tuesday?
Um, right now I'm planning for every Tuesday. But I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying
Okay.
to figure it
Well,
out. God has
her
gave
first
me
show is her first show is next Tuesday
this
on
is next Tuesday. God put a little bit more mashed potatoes on my plate, so I got to figure out how I'm gonna eat it all.
Thursday. so
So
yeah,
he
yeah,
helping me figure it out.
her show is on Tuesday. Then make sure y'all come back on Friday morning for the Princess of Trucking Jams. Let me tell y'all something about this young lady and her playlist. When I tell y'all, when she be putting these shows together, she literally put these shows together. Her show will make you really think the way she be putting her shows together with these songs. And y'all need to tune in each and every Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Princess of Trucking Jam is an amazing show. She let her favorite tunes play as she go up and down these highways. Also, y'all tune in. Midday Motivation did return.
Yay!
Make sure y'all tune in each and every Tuesday. I mean, each and every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon to 1 o'clock, where we play not only gospel, but we do play R&B. We also have some motivational messages, and we have some words. Some people may need an extra word throughout the week. So we may throw in something maybe from Sarah Jakes or something from Pastor Tim, something from Bishop Noel Jones. We may throw in a word from them pastors. Um, I'm looking to put my own pastor mentor on there on one of these weekdays, so you guys can hear the message, because people do be needing that midday word. Sunday may not just was enough, but midday motivation will assist you to get through the rest of your day. So
Hmm.
y'all make sure y'all tune in each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 12 noon to 1 p.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time, 11 to 12 Central Standard Time. And then come back on Fridays for me, Inspired Talk. Inspired Talk. Y'all know I'm here to have good conversation with good people. Make sure y'all be here from 7 p.m. to, it could run over, but it's normally from 7 to 8. But once the conversation get good, it is amazing. October is mental health, domestic violence, and breast cancer month. So make sure y'all tune into my show, because each and every Friday of that month, we will have a mental health specialist, someone that is going through from each category. We will have a different person on each and every Friday. So you guys make sure y'all tune in for Inspired Talk on that day. I think I've said enough. What you think, Shelley?
I think you covered everything.
Yeah.
I think you covered
So
everything.
so I appreciate you all for tuning in to Inspired Talk. Shelley, you know how this go. Before we go, make sure you leave the folks with an inspirational quote.
An inspirational quote. My inspirational quote to you guys today is something that I have to remember on an everyday basis. And what that is that you are not the sum of your circumstance.
Mhm.
You are not the sum of your sin. And you are not the sum of what that person has said about you.
Mhm.
That's not who you are. That is not what makes you who you are. That you are a child of God, that you are worthy of all of his love and goodness, that you are the apple of his eye, that he will never leave you or forsake you. He will never walk away from you. It may feel like that you are alone and by yourself, but if you look down, there's only one footprint in the sand.
Mhm.
Only one. So that means that you may feel like that you're going through this all by yourself, but
Mhm.
God got you. God got you. And just pray. It don't have to be no hallelujah prayer. Just
Mhm.
say, God, I need you.
Yeah.
This is a trip. This is not happening. I can't go through this. I'm
Mhm.
tired of this. God, this hurts. Just be real and have faith. And have faith. So,
Well, y'all heard it here first. Thank y'all for tuning in to Inspire Talk. We will catch you guys next week with Leroy Cecil from Cecil Beats. So y'all come and join us next Friday at 7 p.m. right here on Inspiration 98.7. Love you
wait,
guys.
wait, 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 wait. Can we do something that we used to do? Oh, and tell me how you really feel?
Oh Lord, that's not gonna sound right, girl. We could try. We could try.
Okay. One, two, three. Bye. I missed that. Oh.